they can be dissolved in water. They are absorbed into the bloodstream, which your cells can hit them up directly, but they can be lost in urine, so they must be replenished daily. Other vitamins are flat, soluble instead of water. They dissolve in fat and can be stored there for long periods of time. Nearly all food contains water, a chief component of all your body cells, and it's essential for life. 50 to 60% of an adult's body weight is water. It transports nutrients, regulates body temperature, and carries away waste. Water is also involved in the chemical breakdown of carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. My pleasure. You should stick around for the rest. Think about it. 2 bacteria covering the entire mouth. Sorry, looks like my ride's coming. Gotta bounce. But wait. They never stay. But that's okay. You got a trans-worthy guide in me. Look, I even drew this map of the mouth for visitors like you to get acquainted with the area. Now, when the food enters the mouth, it can be physically broken down by chewing it. This process is called mastication. Up to the test are your jaws, whose muscles are the most powerful in your body. When you chew, your jaws put forth a pressure of up to 80 kilograms, 180 pounds, about the weight of a grown man. Your teeth working together can become quite of a force. But it's not force alone that the jaws that make the jaws so powerful. It's their sensitivity and ability to protect it. If not, for your jaw muscles' keen detection, your teeth would bash each other to their pulps. Instead, they step on the brakes the moment they sense that your food has given way. The faster you chew, the less force your muscles use. They can't risk a silp up. The tissue that makes up the visible part of the tubes is an enamel, the hardest substance produced by the body. And inside the tooth is the pulp, which contains nerves and blood vessels that exit through a hole in the root. Enamel, dentin, pulp, gums, periodontal ligament, mandible, blood vessels, and nerves. Cross me once, and I will cut right into you. This, I promise. I can cut and rip if I must be. Crushing is my game. Then I pass to molar for grinding. Me is what is that? Canine. Me grab a rip and tear. I am the finisher. It's like to introduce you to my pals, the mutant streptococcus, whatever that word is. We are hanging out on the surface of the teeth, where there are 600 different microgamins that form a mascodental plaque. We aren't actually pals. This is literally the first time we've met. These bacteria love sugar. When they digest sugars like glucose, they produce acid which contributes to the decay and gum disease. Hey, enough of the propaganda. We can't control ourselves. If people don't like it, they should brush and floss their teeth. I thought we were pals. Next stop, the tongue. Who is that jerk? Accorded the to the floor of the oral cavity is the tongue, made of muscle tissue that allows for expansion, compression, and movement in nearly every direction. This incredible flexibility helps you guide food around and keep it in play. The tongue is covered in rough, bumpy structures called papillae. These papillae allow the tongue to touch, taste, and gauge temperature, which they all contain sensory cells that only some kinds have taste buds. Food is softened in your mouth, turning some of it into a solution. The solution flows into trenches between the papillae, reaching the opening of the taste buds. The growth from sensory cells allow the taste bud to touch the food in a way no other skin cell can do. These cells can receptive to contain. Sorry, guys. To certain chemicals that can be profiled as flavors by the brain. Your tongue has about 9,000 taste buds, but you have sensory cells in other places too. Most of what you taste is actually smelled inside your nose. There are 5 types of taste cells, each receptive to a different type of chemical. A taste cell's neuron tells the brain which specific flavor is in the mouth. Sweet, lots of sugar. Salty, a high level of salt. Bitter, potentially poisonous, but sometimes tasty. Sour, a high level of acidly. Umami, good for making proteins. Taste involved to identify nutrients and warn against harmful toxins. That's why ripe food tastes good and poisonous plants taste bad. The more scarce and valuable a nutrient is, the more tasty it is. As hunter-gatherers, humans looked for energy-dense food and sought fats, sugars, and salt. That's why today you desire those flavors so much, even though they are no longer scarce. In order for solid food to be turned into a taste-able solution, it must encounter the sensational secretion known as saliva. Cleans teeth, softens food, heals wounds. Your mouth produces 1 to 1.5 liters, 2 to 3 pints of saliva every day. Saliva is 90% of water, but also contains antibodies, enzymes, mucus, and other compounds, which each person's saliva is unique. Most of that